you'd have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it, so keep your wallets. You don't have to pay for it. First of all, you have to finish things. The difference between a writer and somebody talking is that a writer can show you something. Here's my book. Here's my project. Here's this thing that I did. Not that I'm thinking about doing, not that I want to do, but that I did. Oh, but what if it's not good enough? You're only going to get good by doing it. Malcolm Gladwell says it takes 10,000 hours to master anything. So if you're still not doing it, you're not in that 10,000 hours. You're not leveling up. You remember on Super Mario when you hit the thing and you get the mushroom and then you got bigger? You need your mushroom, and that mushroom is work. So, if you're a writer, you have to write. If you're an artist, you have to be sharing stuff. You have to be on Tumblr. You have to be on Instagram. You have to be sharing so people can see, oh, you're out here doing stuff. You're finishing stuff. You finished another commission. You finished another this. Okay, cool. You know, if you're a writer and you write some prose stories, eventually you collect those and sell those on Amazon. Oh, you have a book on Amazon now? Oh, you're somebody now. Okay. If you're an artist and you have a sketchbook, you can collect those sketches and sell those on Amazon. Oh, now you're a professional artist now. Yes, that's how it works. It's really that easy. Well, by easy, I mean you have to spend hundreds of hours doing stuff. But other than that, you know, it's no problem. But you have to finish the work so you can have something to sell. Once you have something to sell, you have a body of work that people can take seriously. That's very important. Second, you're going to have to give stuff away at first. Many of you will see flyers on your seats for something called Project Wildfire Interproject Tour. It's a comic that I did with an artist last year. We put the whole thing, 44 pages of a comic book, online for free. For free. A page a week. People are like, oh wow, you're doing it. This art looks great. This looks like blah, blah, blah. And then, after a year, I take most of it offline and I sell it. So now, going back to Todd, the first hit was free, but everything else you have to pay for. So, you have to be prepared to give things out to people at conventions because there's a lot of stuff. They're thinking about the next Black Panther movie. They're thinking about, oh God, is Justice League gonna suck? That's the things going on in their mind. So you have to give them something tangible to show them that you are real. You have to invade their mind space and have something to give them, and that's gonna cost you money. I stole these flyers from work. I printed these flyers at work, and they don't know that.
Oh, they don't know?
They don't, oh, well, honestly, they probably know, because my boss knows I'm super shady. She knows I'm super shady. She's like, what you working on? You don't need to know that. But I work on this stuff at work a lot. I did this PowerPoint work.
I'm sorry,
early on, you're not going to make much money in school. There's something called a long business. So at the start, you're going to make a little bit of money. And as time goes on, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until you're making a lot of money. If you keep working at it over time. Time is the thing you have to put is what's called sweat equity. You have to improve your craft. So the writer that I was 10 years ago is not as good as the writer that I am now, right? And the writer that I am 10 years from now, hopefully will look at me and be like, that guy was, he was awful, oh my God.
Yeah, that guy's awful.
I say that all the time about me. This is Thaddeus' house. I'm going to have something to say about you in a minute, too. So you have to continue to work on your craft. You have to study the masters. You have to go back and deconstruct things that are important to you. I know Thaddeus does that on Quora a lot. He's the top writer for 2017 on Quora. And he does articles, he's like, why does this work? Why does this work emotionally? And he's analyzing those sorts of things. You have to do that for the things that are important to you, so you can reverse engineer the things that you want to do and write, okay? To compete in the business, my father used to tell me that I had to be 3 times as good to get half of the credit as some of the people across town. I grew up in Memphis. I'm not gonna say who those people were across town, but they were not as good as me, and they were getting much more credit. Anyway, you likewise, as a creator of color, you have to overachieve. When I entered the Top Cow Talent Hunt in 2012, they said you have to turn in 8 pages of script. I turned in 22. I'm like, no, you will see a whole story. You will see what it's going to look like. I'm not going to let you know that I don't have an idea. Oh, and then they fight? No, you know what I'm talking about. You have to over-deliver and under-promise. Because every time they see you, they're like, oh, this is so much more impressive than I thought it was going to be. And if they keep saying that about you, eventually they'll be like, if he's this impressive, I should give him a check. I should give her a check. And you want that check. You want it. You do. Can I get the next slide, please? All right, okay.
Also doing the slides.
Don't try to cheap out, okay? A lot of people are like, but I have a Gmail address. That's good enough. No, it's not. You need to have your name. So, for example, if you were Bob Jones or whatever, and that name's probably gone, but whatever, you would try to get something as close to that as your domain, bobjones.com, bobjones.net, bobjones.whatever. And then when you send the email from bobjones.net, they're like, oh, okay, you know, at least he cares enough about his brand to take care of it, to protect it online. That's why I have HannibalTaboo.com, you know. My wife actually nagged me into getting it, but she was right. She's mostly right. So, another thing, a lot of people like, jump into art full time. No, you don't. You got rent to pay. You do not want to jump into art full time. You don't have any money for that. You have to eat. So, like I said, hi Misty. My boss knows that I show up for work and I do a great job for as long as it takes. And whatever I'm doing on the rest of the time, don't ask me any questions. And that's the relationship we have. You have to do the same. You're going to have to keep your day job. Because at the start, this is the money you're going to be making from art. As you make more money from art and the art starts to increase, eventually, if you work long enough, you should be able to get out of your day job and support yourself from your art. But it's not, but quickly, it's not. I'm sorry. There's no lottery ticket. Willy Wonka's not going to come to your house. It's not. So, hard work is my real lesson. Yay, that's the secret, it's hard work. You're going to have to pay people for things that you can't do. I don't know how to build a website. You got to pay somebody. But I can do it on Wix for free, and it'll look like garbage. And everybody's going to know, oh, you got one of them cheapest websites. You ain't paying attention to yourself. You ain't serious. You ain't about this life. You want people to believe that you're committed to yourself as a creator, to your work as somebody serious, because everybody that they pay is that way. Everybody that they pay is that way. Let me say that again. Everybody that they pay is already that way. So if you want to be like the people they pay, if you want to become the people they pay, you have to be like them. You have to study what their habits are that are successful, and you have to accomplish those as well. Sometimes you'll find a situation where you can make a trade. I work with an artist named Quentin McGowan in Memphis, right? Quentin doesn't pay me anything for my writing, because I write a lot of stuff for him. I don't pay him anything for his art, because we have formed a partnership. We got paper. We got an agreement. It's on a contract. It's signed and notarized, right? With a stamp on it. Officially, for real. Fingerprint and all that. So we have a deal. We were able to work out a deal where we could work together. Everybody's not going to be able to do that. You know, you might be able to say, I'll mow your lawn if you draw some pages for me, or I'll, you know, whatever barter that you can work, try to do it, but sometimes it's going to take money. And you're going to have to look at that as an investment in yourself. In the same way that you would invest in a stock, the same way you would invest in a savings account, you have to pour that money into a career that is going to be for you, a brand that is for you. It's not for me. I got mine. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But finally, you have to, well, not finally, because there's actually 8 of these things. Well, I undersold it. You have to control your own narrative, okay? If you go online and Google for Hannibal Taboo, the first 5 pages are things that I made sure are there. Either I wrote them, I posted them, or I made sure that people posted them about me. So whoever you are, if somebody Googles you, what's the story they're going to find online about you? And did you write it? And are you in control of it? And is it what you want them to see? Because if it's not, you need to get to work. You got to flood some websites, some message boards, some Twitter. You got to get yourself out there and engage with people where they can see you and see that you are somebody, okay? You need to be on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and have your own website. All of these are not suggestions. These are requirements for serious people. And you're like, oh, but this insanely rich person I know doesn't have that. They're already rich. What you looking at them for? You can't do that. You ain't rich. So you have to compete. And doing that, and like I said about the free Wix sites, don't be messy. Really, don't be messy. A guy gave me a comic at the last time I was here. Gorgeous looking comic. I'm going through it, blah, blah, blah. And there's a point where it's supposed to say breathe, and it says breath. Check. It says breath instead of breathe. And that drove me crazy. You got to copy edit. You got to know that. And you can't be the last person to see it, because you'll miss it. You will miss it. In the book that we put out, I found like so many typos. So many typos. I was like, yes, I finally got it. I said to Thaddeus, he's like, you know you spelled something wrong, right? You know this is not the way this word is spelled, right? Oh, come on. So please have someone that is not you and that does not love you. Because people who love you will lie to you. Someone who, baby, you so talented.
Thaddeus loves him.
You know I love you. You so, put that on that. No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. You got to make sure these things are up to par. You want to post regularly. What I try to do is, for every 6 things I post online, I do 5 about something else and 1 about me. This weekend I'm screwing that up because I'm, but mostly it's pictures of my kids or whatever. If you do that, then people can see what you're interested in, what your life is about. And then once they're engaged in you, then they're interested in engaging with your work. And if they're engaged with your work, they'll buy it from you and you get money. Yay! Money's awesome. So, but yeah, you have to post regularly and try not to post the same things over and over. Like on one Instagram account of a comic creator, I see the same picture like 7 times. These fans ain't loyal, they're not. If they see the same thing, they're gonna tune out. And you cannot have that. So you have to keep doing new things. You're a creator, you have to create. Oh, but no excuses, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 7, work for hire. Everybody has this story that they're burning to tell. It's deep inside them. It's their masterpiece, their opus. And it should not be the first thing you do. It should not. Because you're going to screw it up, because you're not that good yet. I'm sorry. I had this 60-issue story in mind that I wanted to do when I started comics. I was like, it was so amazing. It's the worst thing in the world. It's so bad. And I'm so glad I didn't invest any money in it. Because it's so bad. You're going to want to do work for hire when you can. You want to get other people to pay you because what that does is that makes people think if they pay them, maybe I can pay them. They must be serious enough to pay. I entered a contest at the Top Cow Talent Hunt, which is should be running in a couple months, I think. There were 11,000 stories submitted. They picked 3. So that means 10,997 stories were not good enough. I had to beat all those people. Now, could I beat them again? I don't know. I don't have to worry about that. But you could. I believe you could. I'm standing up here because I believe you could. Because I'm not getting paid for this presentation. I'm not. So you want to try to get someone to validate your work outside of you because that will allow you to have greater ability for other people to validate your work with cash. Oh, but they only want to pay me $10 a page. You didn't have $10 a page before, did you? Did you? Take the check. When I was playing dominoes growing up, they said, all money ain't good money. If I got it, it's good money. It's better than money I don't have, because that money's not that good. So if you can work for hire, please do. It's going to be hard, because again, people don't really want to look for new people. They don't. But it's the lifeblood of the industry to get new people, and you have to make yourself valuable enough that they're going to want you. What I do a lot of times, they're like, oh man, I gotta pay this guy $50 a page. 50? Shh, you pay me $25 a page. I'll do it for you. I'm gonna take those jobs every chance I get, because I can. It's interesting to me to do so. If you come in at a lower rate and perform at a higher thing, if you under-promise and over-deliver, they're gonna wanna pay you again, because that makes their life easier. Editors have a lot of work to do. Publishers have a lot of work to do. It's insanely busy. Anything that makes their life easier is going to make them more amenable to include you in their business, because that's something they don't have to worry about. Okay? Lord, enter contest, try to get somebody paid. I didn't really know how to script when I did the Top Cow Talent Hunt. I read Dwayne McDuffie's site, I read Christopher Bree's site, and I read a sample script from Dark Horse, and I guessed, and I apparently did okay. If you can have people pay you to get better, take the opportunity. I don't know, but it's so much work. Yeah, it's more work than you were doing before. Take the work, get the money. Okay. And the most important thing of all these things is don't give up. Don't. Because I'm gonna read your stories. I want you to write the best stories I've ever read. I want to open up and be like, dang! Because I open up a lot of books where I don't get to say that. I don't believe. I say a lot of times, no, your success is my success. Because if you're a creator of color and you come out smashing, passion and making a whole bunch of money for people, that means they're not going to look sideways at me as a creator of color. That means they're not going to look sideways at my kids when they come up as creators of color. Teamwork indeed does make the dream work, and that's what I'm trying to say for that. Don't give up. It's a lot of work, yes, but if you're in comics because you have to be, not because, oh, maybe I'll do it. No, I got to write some comics. You know, I've been reading since I was younger than both of my kids now. I've got to write comics. It's not a request, it's a calling. And if it's not calling for you, then you're probably not going to see it. It's too much work. And that's a reality, but it's something that I say to weed out people who are just hobbyists. Some people just want to have some fun. They want to draw a comic, and I don't want to get any better. I just want to do this. Okay, go ahead and do that. But don't try to compete with me because I will outperform. I will destroy you. And so everybody who's got tables over there, everybody, they're all killers, but they all also want you to succeed. So it's an interesting dynamic. Can I get the next slide, please? Oh, okay. Now I'm going to talk about my example. Okay, this is one.